it says I am live. Just double check here, turn this on. Make sure I can hear myself. All right, it says I am live. Yes, I can hear myself. All right, here, turn this on. Hey, Dave and I here at 123 Day Trade. Used to be 123. Oh my God, is that a blast from the past? God, that was a long time ago when I wasn't trading prop firms at the time and making money on real accounts and real money. That website's gone. So I still hold Dave Knight Trading and TradeCrazy.com. I just haven't done anything with it. All right, so let me put my timer on my phone. I'm going to try to keep it once I get the timer running. My goal is 10 minutes, so I got my little countdown going. All right, today I noticed that QuantGuard, bring this over. When I came into today on the QuantGuard, notice I have 4 accounts. They're all locked now, trading locked. It's after 11:30. I like to be done on Fridays at 11:30. As this week roughly went, I did not trade at month end, quarter end, so I didn't trade Monday, Tuesday. I traded a little bit on Wednesday, some on Thursday, and I really went hard at it today on Friday. But when I first came in today, QuantGuard was down, or something wasn't working. Oh, I know it wasn't working. This wasn't working. I forgot to put my parameters in and apply the templates. So automatically I came in and I locked 191 and 200. I didn't want to trade those. 204 and 205. 205 I am trading NQ. 3 to 6 contracts. I'm trying to get an account to 53,000, bottom line. So I'm willing to risk $35 to get to 53,000 to turn it into a PA. I did get this account now. You can notice all the accounts are locked now. Let's move over. Get rid of this and get rid of that. Oops, put that there. Let's bring this over because this shows you where I am today. I had 204 higher than $30.30. You got to be real careful over here when you're selecting accounts. If you lock an account out, it'll let you enter the trade, and then it automatically takes you out. But the problem is you lose commission cost on it. So what happened, where's the, oops, no, I want, where's the, there it is. So if you trade the account, when you lock it, it'll let you enter the order and it automatically closes it, which is a great feature. Notice it's still in profit. I am up on the week on 204 trading the MNQ. So I got it. You can see the, excuse me, let me get some water. Pardon me. You can see where 204's account high balance is 51,371. Account high balance on 205 is 51,834. Like I said, I'm trading NQ on 205 and MNQ on 204. Those are my 2 aggressive accounts. My 2 non-aggressive conservative accounts are 199 and 200. I did not trade, I believe, I might have traded 199 a little bit yesterday. I was trying to get it above 51,000. Notice that the high liquidate peak balance on that is 51,465. So 204 and 205 are fairly close to their their high. This is my chart on the MNQ, and notice I had put I I put extended lines on the charts as I see things. This is a 500 tick chart that I was trading off of. That seems to work best with the NQ and the MNQ. I have a 2000 tick chart that seems to work best right now. And the MNQ goes between, actually we got back to the 15-minute range right there, didn't we? The MNQ goes between 2000, look between the 2000 tick, the 1 minute, and I go up to a 5-minute chart just to see where we are in relation to the overall market. So about the time I quit trading and the market went off finally. It is what it is. Maybe there's one more push between 11:30 and 12 o'clock, right? I'll keep track of that. Last week there was a push between 11:30 and 12 too. So I might extend my time to 12 in the future. Anyway, long story short, this is without commission costs. This is what the account said, and then you can see the NQ is very expensive to trade. $513.24 to trade. 242 times. So I was reversing and hitting, taking a lot of break-even trades, not letting the market get away from me, just trying to see if I can get to the 53,000 quickly on one of them. Obviously, the risk is ideally I wanted to get to 52,000 a day. I got to above 51.5, so I got above the halfway mark again on one of the accounts, and then I decided it was about 11:35 when that trade came off. Let's look at 205. So you can see all the trades on 205. Looks like I started trading 205 at about 10:50. You can see my last trade covered at 11:47. So I did go after that a little bit. Went after the 11:30 mark. I noticed that we were coming down, and I was able to capture some of this move coming down. I should have captured more of it, and I was trying to capture some longs here. Notice that we held right here at 11:40, and then I started trying to capture some longs. So I was in the right area today. There at the end, I just didn't hold. And there's no two down reds, and there's no, I should have held one contract here on trading 3 at a time. This one came back down against me, that's why I got out. So if this 2 red bars wouldn't have shown up on the charts, I would have stayed in the trade. It's unfortunate, but that's the way I try to do it. I look for 2 bars going the direction normally, and then take a trade on. It gives a lot of trades, but I'm trying to capture some profit along the way. See if there's anything I want to cover right now. Not really. I'm being a lot more, if we look at 204, I guess quickly. I traded that one early, and then I had a trade, let's see here. Yeah, you can see me trying to capture at 941. And I didn't catch this move here. I don't believe I caught this one. I believe I caught that one on 205. Yeah, 205 caught this move here. So a majority of this, I was trading the MNQ on this trade. Then I thought, well, let's trade the NQ. And I did. And you can see I tried the NQ through here. I mean, the MNQ I was trading. Then I went to the NQ right here at the 1050 mark. And I just decided to see where I'd end up just going after the market at that point. So if we look at this and we take away, I think I had 12 trades or 11 trades, I forget, or it was 10. And then I added, I think I was at 12 or 13 or 11, and it added 4. I believe I was at 12. Yeah, I was at 12 and it added 4 and automatically stopped those out. So I had 4 trades, I believe, on 204, and then 1 mistake when I had already closed out the account. So in a nutshell, my best trade of today, I think, was on 205. Capturing this move right here. And exiting right around here, I believe, as this crossed over. Yeah, you can see my last exit of the trade right here. But I came in, added to the contract, added again, and I had a really nice trade to start the day on MNQ. I think it was up $300. And then I went after 205 today. Notice I had commission costs were, I know I'm past my time. That's kind of just let me know that. So that was me hammering and going after that. So I had $1484 and a half, commission costs of $513, $971 profit. Like I said, I'm trying. I really want to get an account to 53,000, and then be conservative with it. So I do have on QuantGuard 2 settings right now. I got an aggressive and a conservative. Like I said, this wasn't able to apply today because they reset it. QuantGuard's been going, been in development and in beta pretty much all of September into a little bit of October now. Notice that the aggressive daily loss of 1,250, profit target is above the 3,000 mark. And conservative, I don't want to take more than $275 loss per trade I get in, and I don't want to go above $550 loss overall. And that also includes commission costs, so it could be around 600 loss. And notice that I'm going after above 3,000, trying to get the account above for EA to PA. Once I get in a PA, then I'll put that at whatever that 30% was, at 750, I think, 30% consistency, or I think it's 30 or 40% consistency, whatever that is. I believe, anyway, it's like $750, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on 2,500. Yeah, 750, and I'll move that to the 750. So what I did in the NQ is just put a couple lines on here and make it pretty simple. In my humble opinion, to look at the market, try to capture a trade on the tick chart. It does bring a bunch of trades in. Should have held, yeah, I did hold this one. This one was a pretty good trade right there. And this one, I didn't get in that one for some reason. Should have. Tried this up here and got out. We tried to short it here. This area right here that I was shorting at was the 61.8% retracement. So that's why all these shorts are up here. And then I went long up here when we retraced here, and I saw that this held. So I do I got another chart that's in the background. It sits at the 5 minutes, and I put things on it to let me know what the overall market looks like. So I try to trade in the direction of the general trend off the 5-minute chart, or reversal off the 5-minute chart. I guess that's kind of important to know how I look at it. I was actually looking at this move up. Honestly, what I thought was going to happen, which did not happen today, but I was playing for this. Because I thought we still had room to come down again and past the pivot point. So X marks the spot. I was looking for the market to retrace back into here, to go back to the 25,000 mark roughly. But what I was looking for, basically right in here. So I thought we'd go back down. This was setting up a nice GAN signal to come down short. I gave up on it roughly right in here. And I tried again here. And I gave up on it once this hit here and held. So we tried to retrace the pivot at this point, and it didn't, and then I tried to move on. Now we're coming back down, but I'm done. I'm done for the week. Like I said, I've locked all my accounts. I can't trade, and if I do, it'll automatically stop me and close me out. So I don't want to trade. Notice I have the YM down here, and I've added the ES as well to look at that market. Notice I haven't done anything with these other than put on, the MES, the micros. So the micro Dow and the micro ES. I didn't put the M, was that SPY. So if I would trade anything, it might be the YM or the ES here. And then I'm looking at the MNQ, obviously, and the NQ. I have put on balance volume on the charts. I like to look at the on-balance volume based upon the 1-minute chart and the overall 5-minute chart. Notice that when we come into the morning, this works. See, the on-balance volume showed a nice little setup there into here, and a nice long coming off. And we finally got above the 0 mark on balance volume, making it more apt to be long than short, roughly here. But we were in the short. This is why I was thinking that this whole morning that we had another opportunity to come back down lower again, because the on balance volume, keeping track of where that is. Now we're positive, so it's looking better for the longs and the shorts. Hopefully this is the only volume figure, and then CCI is a momentum indicator. That's what I like about it. And I like to look at the CCI as I'm looking at the 2000 tick charts or the 1-minute chart or whatever chart I decide to trade off of. This is a nice little 1140. Nice little move up right there with on balance volume. Look at that. And then you can see that move. It always looks good in hindsight, by the way. You've got to think ahead and forecast what you think the market can do. So this little move, this would have been the setup right in here to get long right in this area. Notice where it went above the zero line. This right here. I like to think of this is how I would trade more longer term and more conservative at it. So a conservative trade is looking for setups like that. So notice this setup right in here and me trying to get long right through there. Notice where we were right there. See, we're above the zero line. This is still showing up. I'm trying to get long in there. Hopefully that gives you some indication of how you can maybe set up something for yourself as well. All right, I'm going to do it for me. I went well above. Let's see where I said 10 minutes and we went a lot longer. As always, we always go a lot longer because that's just me. 21 minutes. All right, that'll do it. So Dave Knight here at Dave Knight Trading. Trade crazy. Trade crazy out there, everybody. It's Trade Craze at youtube.com/trade craze. God bless. Take care. I'll see you on next video put together. That was basically my week. Once again, I didn't trade Monday and Tuesday. It was quarter end, month end. I lose a lot of money around month end, quarter end, so I don't trade that area. Obviously, I wouldn't be trading December at month end, quarter end at that point because that's when I take time away. So like the last 2 days of the month, I like to, if it comes into the end of the month, like this month did, and there's trading days, not a weekend and whatnot, I like to, if it's a weekend and the weekend would fall 29-30, then, you know, I would have, 27-28 would have been the days that I would have looked at month end, quarter end. This time, month end, quarter end was Monday and Tuesday this week, so I took those 2 days off. I trade the afternoon on Wednesday. I trade a little bit on Thursday, and pretty much all morning to well, after 11:40 it looks like. So I might extend my trading hours out to 12 o'clock on Fridays. I'm still want to see a few more weeks before I make that decision, though. I like to be done around 11:30 mark, roughly, on a Friday, 2-hour window. All right, that'll do it for me. Good day, traders. Bye for now. I'll see you next week.